Are you fighting battles that don't matter, that are keeping you from battles that do matter? You have to learn to walk away from things. Walk away from petty arguments. Walk away from disrespect. Walk away from jealous people. Proverbs says, avoiding a fight is a mark of honor. Not winning a fight, but walking away from a fight. That's not being weak. That takes a strong person. That's a mark. Everyone is not going to like you. Everyone's not going to accept you. Quit trying to convince someone to understand you that's determined to misunderstand you. Some people don't want to be for you, and that's okay. You don't need them to fulfill your destiny. But the enemy would love for us to spend time and energy trying to win someone over that's never going to be won over. You have to set your face. The people that need to be for you will be for you. God has already lined up the right people. People that will celebrate you. People that will cheer you on. People that stick with you through thick and thin. But too often, we're trying to convince people to be our friend, convince them to spend time with us. But if someone doesn't see the gift that you are, if they don't recognize your talents, value your friendship, do yourself a favor and move on. No offense, but they are not a part of your destiny. You don't have to play up to people, let them manipulate you, hope that they call. Maybe they'll include you in their group. Oh, the people God has for you don't have to be talked into liking you. You won't be able to keep them away. They'll light up when you walk in the room. They can't wait to spend time with you. They'll go out of their way to do you favors. Now, don't waste another minute trying to convince someone to like you, to call you, to come see you. If you have to talk them into it, they are not for you. They are a distraction. Well, Joel, these people at work are saying negative things about me. They're trying to make me look bad. It's not your job to straighten them out. Let God fight your battles. Let God be your vindicator. You're not supposed to engage in every conflict. Don't fight battles that are not between you and your destiny. Most of the things that come against us are simply distractions. You have to keep your face set. It takes discipline to say, I am not going to respond, not going to waste my valuable time. I have a destiny to fulfill. My hour has come. That coworker that leaves you out, doesn't give you credit, do you think they can stop your destiny? That somehow they're more powerful than what God has ordained for you? They're distractions. The only way they can hinder you is if you get baited into conflict. Best thing you could do, ignore it. Here's what I've learned. Nobody talks about people that aren't doing anything. Nobody tries to discredit someone that doesn't have any influence. The reason they're talking about you is because you're a difference maker. You're a world changer. They can see the gifts, the influence, the favor on your life. The brighter the light, the more the heat. The higher God takes you, the more people are going to see you. And sometimes, instead of celebrating you, people will get jealous, try to pull you down, get you into conflict. Don't take the bait. It's a distraction. Keep your face set. Stay focused on your purpose. You have a destiny to fulfill. Your assignment is waiting on you. You can't worry about people that don't want to have peace with you. Now, I'm all for being nice, but at some point you have to put your foot down and say, you may have a problem with me, no disrespect, but I don't have time to have a problem with you. I don't have time to play petty game to try to convince you that I'm okay. Life is too short to try to have peace with people that don't want to have peace with you. Some of your relatives, you love them, but you have to love them from a distance. Don't frustrate yourself trying to make things happen that they don't want to happen. And that's not being disrespectful. That's being responsible with the gifts God has given you. But some people have their own issues. They don't get along with themselves. How are they going to get along with you? They don't like who they are. How are they going to like who you are? No matter what you do, it's not going to be enough. They're going to find fault. be critical, try to make you feel guilty. If you keep trying to appease them, keep bending over backwards, spending all your time and energy, all that's doing is letting them control you. Be nice, but don't get distracted trying to have peace with someone that doesn't want peace. We all have people in our life like David's brother. They don't like seeing you happy, rising higher, going places. It's not about you. It's about the favor on your life. It's about the blessing God put on you. Don't take it personally. Keep your face set. And some people that make the most withdrawals put in the least deposits. They expect you to always be there to help them, to encourage them, to meet their every demand. But when you need something, they're never around. They're too busy. If that friendship is one-sided, they're doing all the taking and none of the giving, you need to make a change. I've heard it said, quit swimming across an ocean to be good to someone that won't jump across a puddle to be good to you. And if they get offended because you don't meet every expectation, they weren't a true friend. They just want you for what you can do for them. Those are distractions. You need to gradually break away from people like that. Don't go through life trying to please everyone. If you try to keep every person happy, the one person that won't be happy is you. Come out from under that debt. Be nice, go the extra mile, but don't be a people pleaser. This was hard for me because I want people to like me. I'll go out of my way, do everything I can. But some people, no matter what you do, it's not going to be enough. There was this couple I knew years ago. I went out of my way to be good to them. They moved to another city and I helped them move. I gave them money. I would call and check on them. If they needed anything, I was always available. But the feeling I got from them is I was never doing enough. They were never satisfied. They always had a complaint. Here I was going overboard to be kind and generous, but they were constantly finding fault, trying to make me feel guilty. I was concerned that they would get upset. They weren't going to be my friend. One day I realized what I'm telling you. They were only making withdrawals, never any deposits. I was nice, but I quit letting them control me. When I stopped, you would have thought I'd taken their firstborn child. They tried to make me feel so guilty, so ashamed, but my attitude was, I love you, but I don't owe you. If someone is controlling you, it's not their fault, it's yours. You have to put your foot down, make a change. This is your hour.
If you're the smartest person in your group, you need a new group. You cannot be the go-to person in the group.
You run around with losers, you will end up a loser.
So, just upgrade your friends.
Join a new crowd. Join a new group.
Align yourself with people that can encourage you, people that you can learn from, people that you can grow from. You want to align yourself with people who think like you, people who dream like you, people that are stretching and searching and seeking some higher ground in life. Always strive to get on top in life because it's the bottom that's overcrowded. See, it's easy to be on the bottom. It doesn't take any effort to be a loser.
I recommended the last time I was here, the little book, Richest Man in Babylon. And guess how many have actually gone and got this little book? Answer, very few. Such an easy thing to do. Why wouldn't everybody go get it? We don't know. What do you know? You don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. We don't know the mystery of that. And I'm telling you, 10 years from now, those numbers will still be the same. 10% will, 90% won't. I used to belong to the 90% who couldn't be bothered even if it was easy. Wisdom of the world available. Transform your life spiritually, socially, personally, economically, and every other way. How many people have a library card? Answer, 3%. 97% couldn't be bothered. And now readily and quickly blames the government and blames policy and blames the pay scale. Here's my advice to you today. Walk away from the 97%. Don't talk like they talk. Don't act like they act. Don't specialize in what they specialize in. Throw away the blame list they cling to.
Don't spend time like most people going through life complaining. Doesn't matter what happens to you. The only thing matters, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? How long are you going to sit there and say, you know what they did to me? How long? Who wants to hear that racket?
You say, well, is it as simple as getting a library card and join the 3%? And the answer is, of course! This is so easy. It's so simple. It's not complex. Go for the book. Start the library. Start the process. Fall on the floor. Do some push-ups. Gotta take action. Otherwise, the wisdom is wasted. Otherwise, the emotion soon passes. All disciplines affect each other. Everything affects everything else. Don't be naive in saying, well, this doesn't matter. I'm telling you, everything matters. Key to take home. Every letdown affects the rest of your performance. That's why action is so important. The least action, the smallest action. Because when you start accomplishing and the value starts to return from that one action, it'll inspire you to do the next one and the next one and the next one. Here's the greatest value of discipline. Self-worth. The least lack of discipline. And it starts to erode our psyche. Here's the problem with the least neglect. Neglect starts as an infection. And if you don't take care of it, it becomes a disease. You say, well, how can I get back my self-respect? All you have to do is start the smallest discipline, like I should, and I could, and I will. You'll never go back. You'll work. So labor well. Learn well. Discipline yourself well. Let's not leave out any of the least of disciplines. This is all you got to do. And once you start down this road, I promise you, you'll join the 10% and the 3%. In the most independent country in the world, 95% are dependent. 5% are independent. Take charge of your own retirement. Take charge of your own life. Take charge of your own day. Take charge of your own conversation. And learn these skills. Develop this kind of strategy. And I'm telling you, life will open up for you. Join the 3%. Walk away from the 95%. Find out what poor people read and don't read it. I'm telling you, don't talk like they talk. Don't blame what they blame. Don't use the excuses they use. It's called the language of the poor. Switch ideas. Switch strategy. Start with the simplest of disciplines. And if you'll invest in this thing called discipline, you can have whatever you wish. It's called the beginning of miracle.
You begin to look at yourself. You got to redefine yourself. Who are you right now? And who must you become in order to create what you want? What is it about you right now that you've got to leave this behind because this no longer fits? What is it that you must do differently? If you want to keep on getting what you're getting, keep on doing what you're doing. See, it's time now. If you want to make this your decade, you've got to start saying yes to your life. Yes to your unfolding future. Yes to your potential. Why not? Why not me? Many people never act on their dreams because they allow their past experiences to determine what their possibilities are. The future is unfolding for you right now. The future is unlimited for you right now. We have the power to change our personal history, changing where we want to go, exploring new horizons.
Become a great listener. Get around successful people and listen. Listen to what they say. And never has listening to successful people been easier or less costly than it is today. And you can listen to their ideas while you do something else, while driving your car, exercising, anytime. Listen over and over again until their ideas become your ideas. Ideas well written, well spoken, and well invested can be your driving life force for wealth and happiness. Watch what successful people do. Here's why. Success leaves clues. Spend the money and time and the effort. The payoff is so great, it's hard to compare the cost to the reward. Set up an educational fund. Take a portion of your income each month and set it aside to invest in all the means of the search for knowledge. Make sure you don't spend more for accommodation than you do for education. Next is the time. To ask people for their money, that's one thing, but to ask them for their time, that's a major request. You can get more money, but you can't get more time. However, this major investment you're making now, listening, could be that small fine-tuning you need for major accomplishment. Listening to know, listening to learn, is truly an investment in effort. However, this effort is the effort investment that opens the floodgates where ideas can work their magic for you in the marketplace. Personal development is truly the key to the good life. Most of what we have attracted by the person we have become. I've discovered that income does not usually exceed personal development. Sometimes income takes a lucky jump, but unless you keep growing out where it is, it will usually come back where you are. I guess it is hard to keep what you haven't attracted by your own personal development. Remember, the major key to your better future is you. For a share of my life, I didn't understand the importance of that phrase. I used to wonder why two people could work for the same company and one make twice as much money. Well, back then I tried to figure it out best I could. I thought time makes some of the difference. If I had all of Harold's time, I could do well. Now that's got to be dumb, right? You can't get someone else's time. So if we can't get more time, what could we get that would make the difference in economic results? And the answer is value. You can't get more time, but you can become more valuable. Bringing value to the marketplace is how we get paid. Mistakenly, the man says, I'm getting $20 an hour. If that was true, you could just stay home and have them send you your money. You get paid for the value you put in an hour. It's possible to earn 2 or 3 or more times as much money in the same amount of time if you go to work primarily on yourself. But see, that was my problem. I was working hard on my job, but I wasn't working hard on myself. And that was the main reason for my lack of progress.
Hello guys, today our topic is the power of walking. The scene of comes is a star at a peak glide in morning sunlight. People of various age of the screen walking, claim and reflecting in a world filled with constant motions and noise. There is a simple act of that hold proud to be benefits for a both body and mind. Walking. It's a camera advancement of chow of our brain life. Walking offers a restore a moment of clearly amidst the hustle and bustle. The closed shots of stand if office workers and their discuss looking fatigued of overheated. For those trapped in confines of office, works as short walk can prove reflect from the monotony of sparking creativity and boosting productivity. Embraced in nation, embraces steps because the journey throughout physical well being a mental reservations in communicates walking force to connection a shared moment that transcends generations and strong things bonds of building health societies. Whether on millions of trials, every step taken is a testament to realizations, a communicate to physical fitness and mental well-being. For in the rhythm of each stable lies the power of transforming a small art of the boundless potential to increase lives of natural